A lot has changed since the first Americans got their vaccines. In one word, Delta. The CDC says the variant now accounts for nearly 100% of new COVID-19 cases in the U.S. And while vaccines are still incredibly effective at lowering the chances for hospitalization and death, the CDC says that boosters are a good idea. With vaccines, boosters, and variants, science is happening in real time. It comes down to efficacy, how the vaccines work under controlled study circumstances, compared to effectiveness, how they work in the real world.
We have already seen some decrease in the ability of these vaccines to protect against symptomatic disease with Gamma, Delta, and Beta variants.
The best case study may be Israel. It has among the world's highest levels of vaccination for COVID, mostly the Pfizer vaccine. And those vaccinations started earlier than in the U.S. But over time, the effectiveness of the Pfizer vaccine dropped from 95% effective in preventing infection in January to April to just 39% in late June to early July.
It appears to be durable in the sense of protecting people against the most severe outcomes of infection, like hospitalization, death, severe disease. But simultaneous with time moving on has been the development of more and more viral mutations and viral variants. And that may be the more important issue.
New research from the Mayo Clinic backs that up. It shows the Delta variant spread dropped Moderna's effectiveness to 76% and Pfizer's to 42%. It may be the opposite for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So far, there is no booster recommendation for people who got J&J.
When you look at the studies on Johnson & Johnson, over that 8-month period, for some of their endpoints, the effectiveness actually increased over time. We may well have a different recommendation for boosters based upon whether you got an mRNA vaccine initially or you got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine initially.
The FDA still needs to approve booster shots after looking at the clinical trial data here. Pfizer submitted their early stage clinical trial data earlier this week, which they say showed, quote, significantly higher antibodies that held up to Delta. Lindsay Thies, Newsy, San Francisco.